Hi and welcome to my PlayHouse, and today I'm gonna be trying to get a little bit further on this putting a graphic card inside a VMware server and passing it through to a virtual machine. Get a little bit further on that project, and somebody suggested me to get something from the internet, and I did. I wouldn't call it hard to keep up with all of the suggestions that I get. It's absolutely impossible. But I did this one because it wasn't that expensive, and it seemed like a good idea. What I've got here is, first, I have a DVI to HDMI converter. Let's get this out of the plastic. There it is. DVI and HDMI right there, and that goes into the graphics card. We have a GeForce NVIDIA card here, and this thing of course goes into these connections right there. But that's not the important thing. The important thing is this little thing here, and this is a little dummy. This little thing should tell the graphics card that there is actually a screen connected to the connection. So with this thing on the graphics card like that, and this little thing coming in like this, the server should now be told that this port on the graphics card is active, and it should pass that through. Like, there's a screen on that one. So I'm gonna be putting this on the back of the server, where I don't have a NVIDIA card because this one apparently is not compatible with Passthrough. I have another one. I have an NVIDIA, and this one is this is a Quadro FX 370, and this maybe it's compatible with Passthrough, but it's an old card. But if I get the time sometime, I'm gonna try this one, because Quadro cards, somebody has said something about that they actually work. So, but first, in this server number 12 over here, which is currently off, it's blinking green, which means it's off. There is currently an AMD Radeon 270X on that one, and on the back we're gonna be plugging this in and see how that works. So let's go around the back and plug this in. Here we are on the back, and right now I have this is number 12. It has like up here, so I know this one was working, so I'm gonna be trying to plug this one in here like that. And we are just gonna fasten that a little bit, and I'll leave a link to where I got this if it works. If this doesn't work and it's a piece of shit, I don't want you to go buy that too. Then it's quite enough that I made a fool of myself, right? So let's go and turn on this server. There it is. It's complaining about something. I've forgotten what that is. Something PCI. Okay. It's probably the graphics card I put in there. So turn that on, and it's gonna be booting. I'm gonna go in at the computer and see what that is doing. At the computer. Now the server has booted. It's right there. I have selected it already. If you haven't seen how I got this far, I have a couple of other videos on this subject. You might just go back and search my video history, and there will be some videos with some graphics cards. But right here is the server. It's an IBM System X3650 Model 2. It has two processors, each with 4 cores, and they're the X5570, and that's a 2.93 GHz processor. And there is 64 GB of RAM. Under configuration and advanced settings over here, I have forwarded the ATI technology class VGA connector thingy right there. That is being passed through, and I'm passing it through to this server or virtual machine. It's a Windows 7 64-bit, and I want to use this for Sony Vegas. I'm making all these videos, so I want to have a virtual server that can render the videos out. That's the goal, to get a machine to use the graphics card in the server to do video rendering. That's where I'm at. And if we go into the edit settings right here, you will see that this device has been passed through. Right now I haven't had this really working. I've not been able to see it work. To use this as a video rendering server anyway, I've allocated all 8 CPUs. I haven't given it the hyper-threading CPUs because normally that doesn't really count for very much. And with this pass-through method, there's a limitation of 2 GB of RAM that I've entered. If anyone knows how to get this 2 GB RAM limit up so that I can pass or give the server some more memory and this will still be working, I'm very interested in hearing that, please. I've passed this through, it's right there, so let's try and power on this machine and see what happens. When you pass through this video graphics things, there is some things that are not working. Let's just power it on, power on there. Very often this thing will not be working, like I can't see the screen on the server because it's not really using the graphics card. Right now it is, but often when it enters Windows, well, it will do funny stuff. And at that point I have to go to another viewer. Now Windows it's gone again. It was booting, but it's gone. It's probably because it has changed to the other video view. So right now I'm just getting a black screen on this one. If I use something like TeamViewer here, I have installed that on the Sony Vegas machine. I have it right there, and it locks in. And oh, this is way too big. We'll just go in and we'll make this smaller. Okay, let's make this smaller. Now it's the first time I'm using this little dongle thing, so it might be working differently than what I've seen before. Let's see, that's number 1 and this is number 2. That looks like that must be the thing we have installed. Just gonna make this so small so we can actually see what's going on. Okay, apply. Yes. Okay, I could probably make it a bit bigger than this. Let's just go for a little bigger. What do we have? 1400. That's a good resolution. I'm sure of that. I'm not sure of anything, but let's give that a try. Apply. Yeah, it fits inside the window. It's perfect. Keep changes. Go away with you there, and this one go away. So right now we have a monitor, and this one is something generic. But let's see up here under the manager. Gonna properties here and device manager, and here we have some display settings. I've installed. It recognizes the AMD Radeon R7 200 series, so it does see the graphics card. It also has a VMware SVGA 3G, and I have tried to install VNC, and that has also made a kind of a graphics card, a mirror driver. I haven't tried that. I was actually thinking about removing that because it clutters everything. But, well, that's really how far I've gotten. Windows have seen, if we go in here and see the Windows experience, it's really not performing bad with the graphics. So at some point it has seen the good graphics card, and it has used the good graphics card to come up with these numbers. But I haven't been able to get this to work in Sony Vegas yet. So I think we will actually try and go in there and see if what we get of complaints, and try and open Sony Vegas here. It takes a little bit.
Initializing GPU acceleration video processing. Come on. This usually works. I have seen some problems with it, but usually it works. But I haven't seen the speed. At home, at my computer at home, if I use the graphics card for rendering in Sony Vegas, or actually this is called Sony Movie Studio Platinum. I bought this edition because I was tired of everything else. So I'm gonna close that, and we're gonna, I think I have an old project laying around on my, I'm just gonna open a video that I did there on the videos, and I have no idea what this is, but this is video number 226. There is my video. Oh, it's the video with the jigsaw. Yeah, that was a good video. Not very many have seen that. Go back and see that one. When I render, I've edited this video. There's a lot of cuts, and all of these up here are my comments if I have something further to say, and they're normally pretty, they need a lot of calculations. Let's just go on top of one. Yeah, you can see the text is right here, and it kind of comes up from the top and it goes down and it shakes a little bit and it fades out and goes away, and that it costs a lot of rendering to do those, so every time it gets to one of these it slows down quite a lot. But I'm interested, this graphics card should be rather fast. If it works, everything should go really fast. I have no idea what it's doing right now. I lost the connection. Okay, I'm gonna reconnect and be right back. Well, TeamViewer might have lost the connection, but the connection kind of got back to VMware, and it doesn't look good. It seems that the server crashed big time, so we're gonna have to restart that and see what happens. So we're just gonna, can we? No, we can't. So we have to power it off. Oh, we can we restart it? Yeah, we can do that. Yes, restart. Dumping physical memory to disk. It really does not have to do that. It's nothing to use that for. So it's not really that stable. Let's just admit that. I think I'm just gonna start it up and restart it from within Windows, because I can't remember. I think I've seen this one boot on its own a couple of times, and if it keeps being shut down this root way, it's usually not good. So when it appears over here, we will change to that view. Well, this is not working very well. What you can see is that at least I think an hour has passed, but the Sony server has not reappeared in here in TeamViewer. It's right there. Over here it seems that it's on, but VMware tools are not currently running correctly, and the server hasn't got an IP number. And if we try to get a screen on it, comes there. Oh, we actually get some information here. Okay. Do you want to restore using? No way. That always fails. Cancel that. Your computer was unable to start. Attempting repairing. So we're gonna let this run for a little bit. I was actually ready to try and reboot the entire server and unplug it, but let's have this run for a little bit. Well, it ran for quite a bit, and now it came to the conclusion that it wasn't really able to do anything, and I can choose to send the information to Microsoft so that they can get smarter, or I can don't send. I'm gonna be don't sending because I'm not sure that this is connected to the network anyway. So, oh, there we are. Don't send. Finished, and maybe it will now shut down. actually not really doing anything. Okay, it's shut down. So I think we're gonna go and turn off this server and totally boot it. There it is. Yeah, it's shut down the server. So I'm gonna take this host and I'm gonna shut off the host. I'm gonna shut down the host. There it is. Do you want to? Yes. And we're gonna reboot the host. I'm gonna shut it down and I'm gonna go out there and physically remove the wires from the host to make sure that it's totally shut down. I think while we are there, we might as well have a peek inside the server and see if the graphics are okay and the fan is turning and stuff like that. So.
Okay, the server has shut down, it's blinking and it's still yellow, so this is something new that it has started with. So I'm gonna go around the back and remove the cables from it. So now I should be able to take the server out of the rack. Let's just have a look inside of it. Here is the graphics card, here's the power. Everything looks good, but I'm just gonna take the graphics card up and check it out. Oh, sorry about the weird angle. I have problems filming this high. I'm standing on a chair to do this. But let's get this graphics card out of there. These are PCI Express timed 8 times that I've removed the end of it. This is one with the end on it, and I've removed the end up here, so my graphics card is sticking out of the slot, and that might be some of what is teasing me here. Also, it seems that the cooling is loose here. I think I'm gonna go get a screwdriver and fasten it a little bit. Okay, found the screwdriver, just needs a bit. I will go down into tighten this a little bit. Probably not that, but I'll have to try something. I actually bought some power cables. They're a bit short. I just want to see if they are a lot shorter than what I already got. I made this power cable in another video, and then I found some that was actually available to buy online. Well, this cable is almost the same length. It's like half a finger shorter or something like that. So I'm just gonna stay with the cable that I'm already using. Well, I can see that one of the fans are not able to blow in this configuration. I might have to put something there for the fan to be able to drive around. Why didn't I see that? Might just find a little something to stick in there. Don't know yet what that could be. But yeah, these cables seems to be okay. They would be able to fit over here if I was gonna be putting in a graphics card over this side of the server. But on the other side of the server, there's not as much room. This graphic card sticks out quite a bit here. There's some big cooling stuff that would be definitely in the way. here is one of the problems. This plastic thing is up too high, and down here there's a fan blower, and this hits the white plastic thing. So I think I have to cut some of the plastic off here. I'm just gonna be marking it with this screw to cut a big piece of the white plastic off. Let's see if I can do that. I'll be removing that piece. I have the Ryobi, and I'm gonna see if I can. You can kind of. I'll just get something to draw that up. Let's see. Here. That piece I need to remove, and I'm going to be using this, and it's going to be very noisy. I'm going to be wearing these. There we are, nice big piece chunk out of there. Okay, we're back. Put in this piece. Okay, having removed this piece of the white plastic that directs the airflow, now this fan is a lot more movable. So hopefully the motor hasn't left us and everything like that, but well, we might just put on some power to the server and see it run. Okay, I've connected the server just with one power supply, and it's blinking out here in the front, and we're gonna see if it turns on that fan when I'm turning on the server here. Yeah, the fan runs. It started and then it stopped and then it started again, so that should be good. And I'm turning it off again. There we are. So that is working. I'll put back the cover. I don't think we need to do anything more inside the server. Everything looks kind of good now. Disconnect that one. And release the server. And push it. The cables is in the way. Push that back too. Cables has been connected again, and I'm gonna turn on the server and go see if this is better now.
The server has now booted, and I have given it a little time, and in the meantime I've logged into the IMM adapter here, and actually before I did that I had a big fat error right there, and right now it's saying that the server is operating normally. That is great. And here in VMware the server has come back online, so we're gonna choose this one and we're gonna boot it again. See if it will boot now. Here is the console, the VMware console, and that's just black. And the thought is that it will probably, if it works okay, it's gonna be coming in here. Oh, it just became blue. It is complaining about something though. Antivirus is not active. Can I get that to shut the... No, it's not important for what we're doing, so we're just gonna connect to that. There we are. And we're gonna continue with what I was doing before. I wanted to log in and I wanna do a normal restart of it. So we are gonna log in and we're gonna reboot this virtual machine so that it is logged in correctly and shut down and restarted correctly. That works wonders sometimes. So we're gonna start it up and we're gonna restart it. And I'm just gonna pause. Okay, it's rebooted, but apparently I haven't activated this virtual machine that I've been playing with, so we're gonna ask me later. Yeah, I know, I haven't done that, so now I only get a black screen. That's how mean Microsoft are to me. You haven't entered any registration codes for your Windows 7, so you are only getting a black screen. Well, we can handle that. Let's start Movie Studio Platinum again and see if that will work for us now. Over here, my VMware server has now booted. The VMware tools are running correctly and it's got an IP number and a DNS name, so this all looks good. We can just see what options we have here. Okay, I'm gonna open the project again. Open. I think that was it. That was the one we were playing with. And open that. 2 GB of RAM is not a lot when you're working with rendering like this, but I must admit that I have actually rendered a couple of films just using the processor and these 2 GB of RAM, so it is definitely possible. Let's try and make this movie. And I have a setting here, advanced option. Here we are. I have a setting here for my PlayHouse standard. Export the video clips in HD, and I use this template. Let's just watch that. Customize template, and it's down here. I can set if it's supposed to be using the render CPU only, render using OpenCL, or render using CUDA if available. The AMD are only able to use OpenCL as far as I know, and I have tried the CPU only, but let's try using the OpenCL if available. Reckons it will take to render this film. Okay, and we're just gonna place this on somewhere on the desktop. Good place for it. Okay, and we're gonna give it a name here. Let's just call it test 1. My PlayHouse test 1. Render. And it's gonna be running over in this window, showing us what it's doing. And I can already see that it's not going as fast as it's supposed to. I'm pretty sure it's only using the CPUs right now. We can go in and see that by right clicking here and start the task manager, performance, and we can see that all the 8 CPUs are very highly being used to do this. So I haven't got this yet. It's still trying to use the CPUs instead of the graphics card. And it's already reckoning this will take over half an hour. So not very fast at all. I think I can stop this again and determine that right now it's only using the CPUs. Well, so it might seem that this graphics card is not working at all, but that's not true, because what's this? I just installed this performance test, and we want to run that. Yes, please. And this is only a trial, so, and already here I can see that this frames per second, which is a very large number, that's not the built-in VMware 3D graphics. That is not able to come anywhere near this. So if we do a test of the 3D graphics, just all of them, this goes very fast. This is way better than the 3D graphics. I'm pretty sure that this looks like crap, but that's because that I'm running this through TeamViewer, and TeamViewer is not able to communicate fast enough and send the picture to my PC fast enough for this to work. But this is definitely the graphics card that is producing these pictures. It completed and it scored about 1547, and the different results are down here. 257, 53. It passed something that it did not do. So some of this is definitely working, some of it is not working as much.
Well, so I did get a little bit further, and the little HDMI dongle dummy thing works rather well. No problem there at all. It saw a monitor right away and sent the screen onto my TeamViewer. If anyone knows anything good to use instead of TeamViewer that is able to send the picture to a screen and do it from a graphics card like I'm doing right now, I would be interested in hearing what you know is good. A lot of people suggest real VNC, tight VNC. It comes in a variety of different sorts. If anyone has good experience with that, I'm looking for something that would be able to transfer when I'm editing a video, transferring the video that is being played in those windows along the way. But right now I'm more or less working on getting the server to actually use the GPU for rendering my films, because at home it takes about 1/4 of the time if I use the GPU instead of the CPU. This is work in progress. I get to play with it a little bit from time to time. So hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for watching my videos. Do subscribe to my channel so that you can see if I ever get this up and running. So have a really nice day. Bye bye.